Hi there and welcome back. Today we have an interesting lineup. We'll start with a word that has to do with birthdays, yet another mention of the Gregorian calendar. We have an impeachment, a baseball player, a multi-talented creative, and a song. Where's my cuppa? All right, hold on. So grab your favorite cuppa. All right, so your favorite cuppa. Sit back and let's see what we can find out today. Hi there and welcome to This Day in History for February 24th. February 24th is the 55th day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, with 310 days remaining to the end of the year, or 311 if it happens to be a leap year. Today's word is Quinquagenarian. Quinquagenarian. That's a mouthful of word, isn't it? Quinquagenarian can be a noun or an adjective, and it has to do with someone who is in their 50s. As a noun, of course, it means someone who is in their 50s, and as an adjective, it means characteristic of a person of such an age. Couple of example sentences might be, as a quinquagenarian, Maria found herself embracing new hobbies and adventures she never had time for in her younger years. Or, the energetic quinquagenarian ran his first marathon at the age of 55, proving, at least to himself, that age is just a number. Quinquagenarian comes from a Latin word that means containing 50, which itself derives from a word that means 50 each, or simply 50. Quinquagenarian isn't a word you hear every day, but it can be a fun alternative to just saying someone in their 50s. Perhaps adding a touch of sophistication. Many people struggle to pronounce this word on the first try. It's just Quinquagenarian. And if you say it fast, it almost sounds like a magical incantation. At the moment, celebrities and notable figures like Halle Berry, Elon Musk, and Gwen Stefani are quinquagenarians, if you can believe that. First known use of the term quinquagenarian dates back to at least the 1800s. Quinquagenarian. Today's word quinquagenarian was suggested by YouTube viewer and regular commenter at DebbieJonke8724. Debbie, please let me know if I have pronounced your name incorrectly. Thanks, and happy birthday, by the way. And with that, here we are, talking about the Gregorian calendar once again. We mention it every day, don't we? Well, it was that in the year 1582, Pope Gregory XIII announced the Gregorian calendar in a papal bull. And what is a papal bull? A papal bull is a type of public decree, letters, patent, or announcement issued by the Pope of the Catholic Church. And why is it called a bull? It's so named after the seal or bulla used to authenticate it, as in this photo. So Pope Gregory XIII announced the Gregorian calendar with a papal bull on February 24th, 1582. Back in the 1800s, President Andrew Johnson fired someone with whom he apparently found it impossible to work. It seems that Congress thought he shouldn't be able to do that and set about to impeach him. And on February 24th, 1868, he was the first president of the United States to be impeached by the United States House of Representatives. He was later acquitted in the Senate, though. This is the birthday of American baseball player, coach, and manager Honus Wagner, born February 24th, 1874. Known as the Flying Dutchman, he was one of the first 5 members inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. He lived to the age of 81. This is the birthday of singer-songwriter Rupert Holmes. Born David Goldstein on February 24th, 1947 in Northwich, Cheshire, England. His family moved to the United States when he was 6 years old. He developed an early interest in music and became a session musician in his 20s. He's also a playwright, writes for television, and has even written some novels. I'm pleased to report that he's been married to the same woman since 1969, and if his name seems at all familiar to you, you might remember a song he released in 1979, which we'll talk about next. Today's song is Escape, the Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes. He wrote and sang the song about a man who was bored with his current relationship and decided to reply to a personal ad in the newspaper. He set up a meeting with this interesting new mystery woman, only to learn that it was his current girlfriend. The two learned some things about each other that they hadn't quite realized before, in a good way, and one gets the feeling that the two will live happily ever after. When he began writing this song, the lyrics were along the lines of, "If you like Humphrey Bogart and getting caught in the rain." But he had done other movie references to Bogart in other songs and wanted to try something different. He brainstormed the idea of escape, which brought forth a vision of a vacation in the islands, which led him to thinking about exotic drinks, and he settled on the notion of the pina colada. He said when he wrote this song he'd never even had a pina colada and still does not drink pina coladas. But the idea worked for the song, and I'm glad it all came out well in the end. Escape, the Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes. Link in the description. Well, that was fun. I sure never knew that about that song. Now today I want to leave you with a quote from Honus Wagner. And that is, "There ain't much to being a ball player if you're a ball player." Honus Wagner. I think that could probably be true across many fields of interest and skill. Alrighty. Be good to each other. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoy this series, you can check out the playlist that contains these videos. I'll put a link to that in the description. That playlist lives on YouTube, so for other platforms, I'll include a link to my blog page. It's called No Really. You can also find me on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey. All those links in that description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.